you have to define what is automation. Hmm? If someone will ask you what is automation, what is your answer? Hmm?
Without any manually verifying, just will automate those things in, I mean, any programming or tools.
Okay, how? How to automate?
by using technology,
Technology. What is technology?
like programming.
Programmings,
Like
right?
special tools or scripts that
Hmm.
execute the test cases.
Okay, like programmings, right?
Yeah.
Understood, right? So I will just ask you go to Amazon page and 20 times you have to log in the website or you have to place 20 items 20 times. So how much time it will take? Hmm?
With manual, I think more than 10 minutes. And with automation, I think you got all these stuff like within a
In
2 or 3 minutes.
okay, okay, in automation.
Yeah, automation is quick, save the time.
I understand, but before that you have to implement those automation, right? The second times the things will become easy. Now you don't have automation. Suppose you are doing same activity manually, but while doing the automation, right, you have to spend the time to implement those script, correct, right? Correct or not?
Okay.
Mm?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why that's why the company is looking for you guys. Okay, you have a good knowledge in automation.
I
So
think
be
they're just looking for us. They don't want to hire us actually.
your name, who told this? No, no, no. They
Shumaila.
no, no, no. Smile. As not
Oh,
like
who told me? No, I'm just
no, no, no,
kidding.
no,
I
no,
just
no, not like this. Okay. So see, actually, many things are there because in automations nowadays days required in the all the fields. Okay, understood, right? So without automation, you can't survive in the IT. Simple thing, guys. Nobody will asking you to become a perfect in 5 languages. Not required. Okay. 20-year back or 10-year back, the people are saying Java will be not there. Still Java is there. You can search on the Google. And they are saying Selenium is not there. Still there because they are also upgrading the things. Competitors are increasing. That is fine. Understood, right? So nobody is looking to become a master in 5 programming languages. Remember this point. Your one primary programming language must be perfect. Either you are going for Java, either you are going for Python, either you are going for JavaScript. I have cracked means client round interview. Mainly I'm working in Virtusa. These guys are taking the client round interview like even in outside they're not asking that much coding. They hired on the Java only. Even they did not ask the Selenium. Just they asked me write the code. Okay, and they hired. And when I am in the project, then they said you can start to work on the JavaScript and Playwright. And one of the project Python and Python with their frameworks is completely different. Their Google project, their framework is completely different. So Language are same. Their frameworks, Google are using their own tools. But language is, if you are defining integer type in the Java, they are also defining integer type as a Java. Means in Java also int we are defining, right? The syntax, their tools are and frame libraries are different, but concept are same. Understood, right? So do not get demotivated and all. Just focus on one language. If you will become a perfect, another language will become easy. So you guys understand, right? So I'll just go for the real time. You know what is agile? What is agile? Who will explain?
Methodology.
Huh, who will explain how agile works in real time?
Sprint wise, you can work on that puzzle.
Sorry,
Sprint,
who is a automation? Who is a tester here?
it, it, iterative type of basically iterative and systematic testing is the methodology of agile.
Okay, that is the definition of agile. How the in real time agile work, and the question is, as a automation test engineer, what is your contribution and what ceremony are you attending in agile process? You will
Repetitive
uh,
testing.
no, no, that is fine. You are saying the definition. Here you will stuck. I will
So
find
by
you.
using
Yeah.
agile methodology, we have to deliver fast deliverables to customer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And whenever we want to change the data, if it is incorrect, the incorrect
How
deliverable,
your a sprint start? As a
We
automation test
follow
engineer, what is your contribution?
spring meeting.
Mm-hmm. A sprint?
the sprint they discuss the tasks and assign to the developers and testers.
In
Hmm.
sprint meeting, we have to like n- like we dis- we got the work from the backlog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
So
we
how many?
following the iterative approach.
Huh. Iterative approach we are following. I'm asking,
Yeah.
you are the employee. You are working as a automation test engineer. Forget about of automation. You are working as a tester, software tester. Okay. Can you explain what the ceremony you are going to attend in your agile process?
In Agile, as an automation tester, we'll have some certain stories to complete testing by by automating those.
Hmm.
We'll discuss those things in Scrum calls, and we'll have a certain plan regarding those automating that scenarios or test cases. This is how it will circulate around in a sprint.
Okay. Okay. So guys, a little bit you have to explore agile. Okay. Because why I'm saying this is the starting point, in your interview. Okay. They will catch you. You did not work in the real time. Simply. So we have a agile is a methodology, or you can say one process is there. So in this process, the best part, your work is visible. In day to day, your work is visible with your stakeholder, your team, or everyone. We are not, as someone is not like, what I can say, it is helpful for the employee also. What you are working, you have a proper status, and this is also helpful for the our stakeholder, our client. Okay, that is what we have a one deliver day, like I have to deliver this task on the this day. So we have a 2 week sprint and 3 week sprint. Depend upon project to project. I have worked on the 2 week sprint also, and in my current project we have a 3 week sprint. How this is happen? Because of uh, application complexity. Okay, so some of the task is there that is complex, definitely it will take a time, but some of the applications are, it's a small application, so we have a less time. Depend upon, this is the decided by the business owner and stakeholders. Okay, understood, right? So we have a scrum master. Okay, then we have a product owner. Okay, your QA manager or your management teams are there. Many, we can say multiple names over there, but we have a scrum master, right? And how the things will start, the stakeholder means client is giving that, they are creating the task. In the client side also someone is there. I can say that they are the product owner or a scrum master. So someone is there to create the requirement. Suppose we have a one production defect, got, suppose who will going to create this task? Okay, so a scrum master, or you can say BA, business analyst, someone is there. Okay, understood, right? These guys are responsible to create a user story. Task is nothing but this is your user story. Who is going to create this user story? So we have a sprint backlog meeting. So suppose this is my second sprint. Okay, this is my second sprint. So what is the sprint duration? 2 week or 3 weeks. You can say in my project, you can say like 2 week or 3 week as your wish. Then the things will starting from backlog meeting, right? We have a sprint backlog meeting. So in backlog, they have a list. Understood, right? So these guys are using mostly 95%. You can see the Jira tools. They are doing the all things, all management task or almost task will be, cover over there. Okay, Jira or Jaffer for test case creation, and also will get many video on the YouTube. Little bit you can do the hands-on practice if you don't know. In a sprint backlog, so what the task is coming in the next sprint, how they will decide which task will come in the next sprint. It's a priority. Okay, suppose we have some production defect, this is the highest priority, this is move, this must be moved in the coming sprint, and we have to decide it decided by the priority. Okay, and they have some bandwidth, 5 resources are there, suppose 10 resources are there, so they have some user story point. Okay, one user story point they will define 8 hours. So they have some bandwidth of, suppose they have moved in the current sprint, they decided 10 a story, then they will calculate in one story how much time it will take. Understood, right? So they have some bandwidth. That thing is like going something, you will not get a time, proper time to complete your task, or if you are not able to complete the task, why we have to explain them. That is a different scenario. Understood, right? So suppose one of the user story, just I'm considering this is your sprint, current sprint, and one of the development task will come. First development will happen, right? Then QA will happen. I will come on the automation later. So suppose one of the user story is nothing but this is the task. Okay, so this is the user story we have. Just you guys can check once Jira video, you will get many video how to, just you have a little bit hands-on practice, you should not. So the suppose this user story name is fix add cart issue. We have a different types of the task. Now this is the task for the defect fix. You will get the task for the new feature development. Suppose in Amazon they want to add something, some new features. Even I don't know what new features. Suppose they have everything is there here. Okay, so suppose they want to add some of the also food app, something to land. The Amazon is also starting some food app. So if someone, or they are defining some a specific module for the, you can see, now you can see, suppose this features are not there in the Amazon, and Amazon decided this features need to implement. This is the one user story. So suppose this is the one user story. In this user story, you will get complete description what is the issue and all. If you are not able to find the proper description, be a business analyst. This guy will help you, or customer will help you to understand the what is the defect. Actually, their job is to define properly. But mostly case, the people are not defining the proper details. Okay, so that is fine, because now the who is the contact person to reach out to, you are not able to understand the requirement. Either you can reach out to BA people, or you can reach out to developer. You are a tester, and we have to we can have a we have a some person, or we have a sprint grooming. I forget to explain you. Actually, we have a one more meeting that is called a sprint grooming. They will groom the story. This planning is going in the middle. You are working, but this meeting will be there in the sprint grooming. They are grooming the user story. What is the means details of the user story? Proper means discussion will happen. This story will go in the next sprint or not, and we will also, they have a QA session also. Suppose you are a QA and you have a some doubt, you can ask them with your BA people or dev people also. Understood, right? So that is called a sprint grooming. Okay, this is all happen in the middle of the sprint, and we are planning for the next sprint. We cannot plan tomorrow and day after tomorrow next sprint is going to start. No, we have to follow the proper process. Okay, we can groom this, they define the description. This is the issue. Now first, suppose they decided this is the 3 point user story point. Okay, they define this is the depend upon the project to project. Actually, this is the actual process, but depend upon. Okay, so now guys, for 3 user story point means you have a 3 day for yours. In this 3 user story point, you can have a 8 into 24 hours. But which task? Is it for development or QA? Understood, right? Understood, right? But they have decided developer will fix in 1 day, so they will define their own task, subtask here. So here developers task. Okay, and this is the common process, but it vary from project to project. So suppose they will do code analysis. You can just avoid the spelling mistake, and code analysis they will do, then they will do code change, because they have to analyze what is the problem. Code change, then this guy will do unit testing. Okay, this guy will do unit testing. Okay, what we are doing parallelly, these guys are analyzing, and after understanding this, the QA people is also working here. The QA task, this is your dev task, you should not worry about this. So when a sprint will starting from tomorrow, right, you have to start the day from this task dev is doing, and you have to also do it. Collect, so right, parallelly we are doing what we are doing, we will write here test case or test case or test scenario. If you have a complex user story, you are spending the time to understand, then you can also add the analysis, understanding the requirement, okay, or analysis requirement. But I'm writing the test case and test data. So we have to create a test case and test data. Understood, right? So in you have a three user story point. Remember this. Understood, right? Now you are working on to writing the test case and collecting the test data for the execution. Then here we have a test execution. Okay, test execution. Okay, so mostly test execution. Okay, understood, right? So what happened? This guy, now this a story will be a story point will be splitted with the QA and dev task. This is your QA task, okay, and this is your dev task. Suppose this guy have completed in 8 hours. In one day, this guy have done everything. Now you have a 2 day, okay, but parallelly you are also doing this, understanding the requirement and all. Now this guy, once it will deploy in the QA, okay, QA server, then we can start validation, test execution. Understood, right? So this user story point depend upon the, I'm just giving you one example. Understood, right? So once everything will work fine, if you will give this sign off to the QA to this guy, if you will close this all QA task, then your this user story will be complete. If you are not doing this, then this user story will be not completing without QA sign off. QA must have to sign off. This is working fine. Understood, right? So now I'm just explaining you how the software testing works, how to start your works. Okay, now we have a backlog meeting, then we have a sprint grooming meeting, and day to day we have a sprint and a sprint grooming, or you can say sprint planning. Then we have a daily stand-up meeting where we can give the update from them, and we have a one retrospective, right? So in retro meeting, just they have a analysis how the sprint went well or what. So they will take the feedback from you what
It's
the
a retro or review.
no, retro. Okay, review is the process. You have written the test cases. Okay, someone is going to review your test cases. They will do some review. It's not like that they have arranging the meeting and doing that. They will do, suppose you have done this task, right? So your lead will review this task. Understood, right? But a scrum master will take care of this all the user story, what is the progress and what is completed. That is not uh, a specific meeting they are going to, just they will give you some reminders and all. Okay, so what is the status, because you are already updating all the status in your stand up and progress, they are saying that. Okay, so this is just I explain you the agile now.
Yeah, small doubt, Mohit.
Mhm.
Yeah, you told about sprint grooming and sprint planning. Whereas sprint grooming happens in the middle of the sprint, right? It is in that we are
No,
going to discuss. Sorry.
no.
Okay.
A sprint grooming happen for the next sprint, not the current sprint.
Okay.
Understood,
For the
right?
next sprint, in the sense, it is going to discuss about the, I mean, about the sprint backlogs or else any defects are not yet fixed. What
So
about what
actually see, suppose we have a sprint 180, okay,
Okay.
and we have a sprint 181,
Okay.
okay, and we have a sprint 182.
Okay.
Now you current sprint you are working on 180. So
Okay.
they in the middle of this sprint they are planning for 181 also. Understood, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is
Good.
the not only one process. So in the big, or they will have a in the middle some meetings are there that a
Okay.
scrum master will schedule what is coming in the next sprint. They will groom
Okay.
it before that, because they can't do in the middle, because this is your delivery time, not for grooming time.
Okay.
This is the one sprint go, they have a proper planning. If they don't have a planning, then resources will sitting idle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Understood, right? They are
yeah,
not able to decide this user story will go in the next sprint, then what we will do it? We will
yeah,
simply sit, right? So this
yeah,
is
yeah,
happen, okay? You can say a sprint planning. A sprint planning means what the backlogs are coming. A sprint grooming means we are grooming the user story. What is the actual issue description and all, okay? And if you
okay,
have any doubt regarding those user story, you can ask them in the meeting. That
okay,
is the purpose of a sprint grooming.
okay. And one more thing, just need clarification from your experience. May I know how many weeks for that? I mean, sprints are in one sprint. How many user stories we are going to test?
Depend upon your complexity of the application, okay? I am
Okay,
working parallelly with the two project.
okay,
One project is very simple to test.
yeah,
Okay, within one story is fine, that is enough for us. But one project, we are doing all our backend testing.
okay,
Nothing is there in the front end. And every user story, we have to take the KT from the developers.
yeah,
That is the complex
yeah,
applications are there. So
yeah,
we can define user story as a complexity of the application. What I am discussing you guys, this is your managerial round interview questions.
yeah. Yeah, because I faced that question. May I know the answer from you? That can I ask
Yeah,
that question once?
yeah, you can ask.
Yeah, one of our interviewer asked me
Hmm.
how many weeks that the sprint you have,
Yeah,
and one more thing that how many user stories you are going to check in that, and if in one story how many story points are there? He
yes,
asked.
yes.
Yeah,
Understood, right?
yeah,
So, see, automation is different skills, but
yeah,
you don't know how the process work. They will catch you. This guy did not work in the real time.
yeah,
Even you worked on that, but your project is not following the proper process. What you will
yeah,
do it? I have worked on the fortunately many project, multiple project.
yeah,
Okay, short duration, long duration. I learned many things from that, and some of the project are not following at all what is agile, how the agile works, and this all the things you will not get in the Google, but you will get in my YouTube channel in Ingenious TechHub.
yeah. Can you share that link also in our group?
Yeah,
Any
yeah, I have.
manager own questions?
Yeah. So because the manager will check, because the client will check, you know the process or not. They will come later on your what is your skills. That is the secondary thing. The client will check, are you aware of how the process works? Understood, right? So these are
Yeah,
the very important thing. Agile methodology, what I explain you, you can tell that, and how to define the user story point depend on the complexity of the user story. Okay, understood, right? That is your answer. When you guys are working in the real time, you understand that. If you're not working, just you can take few of the test cases, write yourself, and you can check how much time it is going to take. Okay, understood, right? So like that, we can say we cannot. Nothing is fixed here. I did not explain you where is your automation here. Huh?
yeah, yeah,
Are you understanding the problem why we are stucking in the interview?
yeah, yeah. Got it.
Then someone will ask you, Where is automation?" Here there is no automation. So guys, we it depend upon the automation planning. Okay. Many project and many situation. What is the current situation of the project depends. Suppose you have joined in the organization, they don't have a automation thing. They are doing everything is the manual. They are planning for the automation without. See, the manager, QA manager, they have a some plan. Okay, understood, right? And this requirement will come from the client. Sometimes they are not aware of this, they are not much technical. We have to propose, can we start automation, we can save our time and we can increase our productivity. And client will propose sometime we have to start our automation testing because we don't have a automation in your project. So in this case, what will happen? Depend upon your project in which scenario it is. Understood, right? So as per the automation plan, we will execute our means we can execute our process or we can execute our delivery. Okay, understood, right? So first of all, you understand, right, what is automation? Something we have implemented using the programming in the backend, it is running automatically. There is no human touch. Suppose I run a script tonight, 500 test cases are there. Just I run this one command, all these 500 test cases are running without any manual intervention. So morning you will come in your office, then you can check the report. Your script will take 4 to 5 hours to execute. Okay, so you log off your system, means you log off your system, and nicely you will come morning and you will check your report. And in the report you can check what is failures and what is success. Suppose out of 100 test cases, 20 test cases are failed. We can validate those test cases. Is it a defect or is it a script issue? If, guys, one more thing, do not, developers or anyone, blindly you cannot go for this is the defect and all. Okay, first of all you have to validate manually to check, because automation is only will not check the things in the depth. Understood, right? Sometime it's misunderstanding sometime happen and you will get escalated. Okay, so if you will, your tests are failing, and then you have to check two things. You have to check, is it a script issue or is it a defect? If it is a script issue, we can fix it and we can rerun. In automation, we can only run failure test cases. 20 test cases, it will take less time to execute also. And while running those automation multiple times, you have an idea which test cases are failing, and some of the flaky test cases are there. They will fail always, whatever you can do it, but because of test data, because of synchronization issue, flaky test cases are there. We can make a separate notes and we already know. So while working, when if it is new, definitely it will take time, but while working, then you have a clarity why this is failing, then you will deliver those things in a very easy way. But how to implement automation suite? This what I told you, right? It's a very easy. We trigger, generated the report, fix it, and we can send the sign off of the QA. But how to implement this? Understood, right? How to implement this? Got it, right? That is what you guys are learning. You learn the Java, then you can learn the basic. We will start to basic Selenium. Okay, we can go for a small test cases. Then we have a all, when you all are, you know the basics, then we can go for the advanced topic of the Selenium. Then we can go for the framework. Then you guys can start your manual test cases. You can try to automate around 30, 40, 50, and more than 50 test cases yourself. Then you have a very good hands-on practice and you are confident in the interview. You know the process, how the real time work, then why you will not get the job? Okay, understood, right? So guys, automation will come when you have a regression testing. Understood, right? So suppose you are working in the Amazon company. I'll just give you one use case. The same use case. You will get the defect on the ad cart. But here we also test nothing will impact because of this code change. Understood, right? So guys, we have a QA and we have a stage. What is the difference between a stage and QA? Hmm? What is the difference between QA environment and a stage environment? I'm expecting the answer, the people who is working as a tester.
Is Staging is the development development platform where developers where developers just deploy the code after
No,
unit testing.
no. Dev having the different server. Okay, these guys they're doing the code changes in this server. After the code change, they will deploy this server. Then we can do the thoroughly testing of this one only. Now this will deploy in the stage. In the stage we can do full regression. Understood, right? So this is the process. Might be in your company we don't have a staging. A staging is the prod copy, production server copy of a stage.
Yeah, like UAT, right?
You can say UAT, or this is the copy of a stage only. Sorry, production.
Yeah.
So we can do the regression here. Okay. Regression means suppose you have a 3 week sprint guys or 2 week sprint guys, and you have to execute 500 test cases. Is it possible or not? You guys can tell me. You don't have a much time, right? You have to execute these all 500 test cases. Is it possible in the 3 week sprint we can do it, or sometime 2 week sprint we can do it? You guys can tell me, because you have to wait for this deliver. 1 week is already completed, then you are in not involving in only one task. You have in your name multiple tasks are also assigned, and in the last of the week you have to do regression testing. Okay, even we are not free also last of the week, you have a few days also. So is it possible for 500 test cases to execute? You guys can tell me, is it possible or not? Hmm?
Yeah, with the help of the Selenium, you can do that
No,
regression.
I'm not asking for Selenium. Without Selenium, without
No,
automation.
without Selenium is not possible.
No, it's possible. We can hire more resources.
Yeah, it's we can do sanity
And
testing. Yeah, sanity testing
yeah,
also you can do. Yeah.
yes, but we are not confident with the sanity, right? Your client is asking to do thorough regression. I want to execute all the test cases, existing 500 test cases. I'm not happy with sanity.
Yeah,
So
if someone is free means someone is done bench, so we'll ask to come and
no, that is
join
not
that.
a process. Someone cannot directly come into your team and they can start to execute. Before that, they have to plan it. They have a suppose we have a here 5 resources or 10 resources. Is it budget friendly for the client or not? 10 testers. Automation were not there. The manual testers are there to execute, but their salary is less as compared to current market. Got it right? So guys, here regression will play a very important role. Now you understand the importance of automation testing. So we have a different phase of the automation testing phase. One is your initial phase. Nothing is there. You have to plan it. QA manager or lead will do the automation plans. They will hire the resources, automation test engineers, and if framework will not exist, first they will develop the framework. Later you guys can understand what is the frameworks and all. So first they will spend the time on the frameworks. Once framework is ready, they can give the demo to our client. Before framework, in the automation plan we have a many things. How many resources are they going for the free tools, or they are going to use the some different tools? So we can propose and client will propose which tools they are going to decide. The tools will be decided and programming language will be decided by your application complexity as a current market. Understood, right? So suppose someone is proposed for your client is proposing this is a completely web application, so they are proposing you can go for Java Selenium Cucumber framework. So they decided the technology, programming language, and we have automation plan. One automation plan document is there. Then how many resources are required and what the resources we have currently, and what is the experience of those resources. So I'm looking for the resources who can develop the framework. So framework development task you will get when you have a more than 5 to 6 year of the experience in automation. Mostly you will get the framework maintenance task or you will get the script development task. Understood, right? So they will hire the resources, or resources are there in their organization, they will pull from. If resources are not there, okay, then they can start to do the POC, proof of concept. We can create, develop the framework, and we can give the demo to the client. If the client will give the sign, means they are happy with your current framework what you have developed, then we can start to write the script, means we can start to automate manual test cases. That is called a script development. Suppose nothing is there and they have a target within a 6 month, we have to develop our automation suite. Okay, so within 6 months your development is going on, whatever the test cases are means automating. Or if you have a 50% also, in the middle of the sprint we can execute 50% test cases we have already automated, we can use it. Whatever the development is going on in the middle of the script, and whatever the automation test case, sorry, manual test cases are automated, we can use this. Okay, once automation suite is ready, then only execution is there. Execution is there, and you have to maintain your framework, you have to maintain your script. Understood, right? Every time your script will not get 100% result, so from there some of the automation engineer is required. Okay, I think you will get idea for whole process, why automation testing and importance of automation testing, the phases of automation testing. And now we can start to explore how to set up the Selenium, and we'll start to, first of all guys, we have to understand the locators and all, then we can start to write our script. Okay, understood, right? Whatever
Sir,
I,
did you start the recording?
yeah, I already started,
Okay.
don't worry.
Because it's very important, it's a beginning.
This is the, you will get what I teach you today, you will get mostly this type of the question in your managerial round and client round.